welcome to another episode of Nigeria Today, a platform where we discuss topical issues as they unfold in the polity. Right now, we all know we are in an election time, election period. In a couple of days, a couple of weeks, less than a month or thereabout, Nigeria will be going into a major election. What level of preparedness do we have? The electorate, how informed are they? The key players, actually, how are they going about the electioneering campaign that have been all over the place right now? These will form some of the issues we'll be looking at on this episode of Nigeria Today. Okay, welcome back. And on this episode, I am not alone. I have with me Lady DORIS AMAKA OPARA. She is a candidate of the Africa Action Congress, AAC, and she's running for the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Lady, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
All right. In a couple of weeks, the 2019 general elections will start unfolding, starting from February the 16th, presidential and national assembly elections. Now, how do you assess the preparedness of Nigerians generally? Talking about the umpire, talking about the key players like you are, and then the electorate, generally taking a holistic look. How prepared are Nigerians for 2019 general elections?
I would say before now, the preparation is very high anyway, but after the president made an announcement that there will not be any funds for any political party, so I think people's mind went a little bit low because there is no money unlike before flowing here and there. It's as even I was even doing my own research, and I asked a woman, I said, how are you prepared for this election? He said, it's as if nothing is going to happen on the 16th February. So because there is no money as usual, and that is not very good for the country. Something should be done about that, because the candidates, they need money to print flyers, billboard, go around, mobilization and all that. So whereby these things are lacking is really going to affect the election in a little way.
Right. Normally, funds for preparing for election, does it normally come from the government, or is it candidates or the political parties that rally around together to source for funds to execute their campaigns?
Yes. Normally, it comes from the candidates, and it also comes from the political party, given to them by the federal government. So in those days, even in 2015, it happens. Goodluck Jonathan disbursed funds for all political parties for them to run their elections. But in this case, I don't think it's going to be that. In short, it's not like that. The reverse is the case. So it's really affecting. Although anybody that comes out to run for an election should be prepared for it. If you want to sell an akara and you don't have beans, you better not start selling akara at all, because that person that wants to sell akara must have at least beans to grind and start the business. So you must have your own little resources before you can say you want to come out for election. Then as you are going along the line, money will come from the government, from the political party, from friends, and
all right, very, very well spoken. Now, I have a lot of questions to go about the funding and all of that. But before then, let me just ask, what informed your decision to vie for the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
I schooled in Abuja University. I worked as a banker in EcoBank. I resigned, and I started having a thought of getting an NGO that is on leadership and governance. So on that note, that is what inspired me to say, okay, let me go into politics fully. But something really inspired me. I was driving down Wuse, and I saw children trekking very far. Children of these public schools around, trekking home, and the sun was so much. I was like, I wanted to give them a lift, but if I stop now, these children will not enter my car, because their parents have warned them not to enter a private car. So I started looking at them from my mirror. I was like, oh, because I've been abroad, several places in abroad, so I know how their schools, their government schools looks like over there. So I was like thinking, I said, if I have my way to go into the Senate, I will create a bill that will distribute school buses in all the schools, especially in our FCT, because our FCT schools need to be very equipped. This is the state capital. So that is what inspired me to say, I will go to Senate. I won't just start from the local, like somebody told me, why not start from the local government chairman or councillor? So I really want where my voice will be heard and where I can be in the table of the decision makers.
And it's very, very instructive that the field you are trying to venture in right now, there are so many big wigs, yes, men, known men, and all of that. And then you being a female, and you are you are aiming for the sky. You understand? So how much of a challenge do you think that is?
It's very challenging, but I'm not afraid. Hillary Clinton in the US, there are so many men she challenged on the pool like this, and she outsmarted them and became the winner. So what happened in those places will happen in Nigeria. Because now, why I came out and why I have the confidence that I'm going to win, I'm not just running, but I'm running to win, is that people have seen that the way politics is in Nigeria before is not the way it is now. Things have changed. Forget about the new innovation of vote buying and all that. So people really want to bring in the right people that will really deliver this country. Okay, don't be surprised. You will hear so many results. This election, sons of nobody will win this election. So we need the right candidate, irrespective of the party they are coming from. So right now, 2019 will be a different election we've never had before, because people will vote the right candidate, no matter the vote buying.
Now you're talking about people, the electorate,
men,
women, yes, of all different backgrounds,
yes,
the poor, the downtrodden, people that have really been, yes, suppressed for a long time.
There is something you said, that this election, that I'm vying the position and I have men, big men, and and I'm a woman. Yes. What will deliver me is character. That is what I believe. And not only that, they are not going to vote me because I'm a woman. They are going to vote me because I'm coming there to deliver. Especially people of FCT. Because I did my research, I found out that they are not happy. They are not getting that dividend of democracy. They want somebody who will represent them and represent them effectively, no matter where the person is coming from. I am not an indigene, but I have gone round. And I found out that they really want to vote for me because they know that I am coming to deliver. I gave them my confidence and I sold my confidence to them that I will deliver. If not for anything, when I went to a place in Kwali, I found out that there was no health care. A remote area in Kwali, and the road there, very, very, very small road. I now asked the women, as I saw them gathering, cooking and doing kunyo and all that, I said, what if a woman wants to deliver in the midnight? How will she do? They said that the woman will enter Okada and go all the way to Gogolada. You know how many minutes from Kwali to Gogolada? So what if she not delivers on the way? So we need health centers in these areas. And if giving me the mandate, I will try my best to make sure that I create bills, because I'm not going to give anybody a job because I'm a legislator. I'm a senator. I'm not coming to give you a job. I will not promise what I cannot do. But I will tell you my effort and what I can put, the bills I can put in place that will put food in the table of the ordinary people and better their lives. So I will create a bill that will make sure that I meet my colleagues of like minds, and we create a bill that will deliver health centers in all local government areas. In all local government areas, there's supposed to be health centers, there's supposed to be good road, there's supposed to be water.
All right, now you are a woman.
Yes.
Let me still come back to that. And from past experiences, women, they have the largest number when it comes to electioneering issues.
Yes.
They don't really contest much, but the times of voting, they can come out, they're ready to stay and exercise their franchise. But they have not really been able to turn their number into opportunity for women in governance. The few women that are there to come out, we find out that women in particular hardly vote for women. Now, this is FCT. you are not an indigene, you are a woman. There are so many money bags that are men are around.
Yeah.
How are you convinced that FCT election, the senatorial election for FCT will be different in your case, that you have the support of the women in particular? And as an affiliation, the youth, because women and youth always go hand in hand most of the time. So what conviction do you have that it's going to be different this time?
Anyway, in the case of women not voting women, you know, in the case of men, they know who succeeds them and they know who they are following. And when they said we are going to when men come together and said this man is going to be the next president or senator, they will start pursuing it. But it's not the case in the women. But I did one thing. I had to bring a Gwagi man as my campaign manager. I brought a Gwagi woman as my woman campaign leader. And they have been taking me around places I need to go to, places, people I need to see, you know, talk to them and tell them my ideology, tell them what I have for them. And many of them are telling me they are going to support me and they are going to vote me, and I'm hopeful that they are going to vote me. Yes.
What about the other settlers? Because you have more settlers in Abuja than the
Yes, we have the non-indigens. Many of them, I spoke to them, especially in churches and in mosques, you know, where we went to for visitation and all that. So I told them my ideology, I sold my ideology to them, I sold my confidence to them. The worst is that when I tell them anything, I tell them I don't have money for them. This is a new generation we are building. This is a new Nigeria. I never, as I'm talking to you now, because I don't have a godfather, and we are trying to remove the godfatherism in our political dispensation now. So I told them I don't have any money for them, but what I have is my confidence. So because if they vote me without me paying them any money, that means I'm a servant to them forever. I am going there to deliver. So that if I spend my money, I have bought them for another 4 years. I can go in there and start doing what I like or switch my phone. I will not be accessible because I have spent the money I'm supposed to give them. But whereby I didn't give them a dime and I saw their support, because many places we go, they sing for me, they dance for me, and I don't give them anything. They are happy because I'm seeing their faces happy. You know, what I do is to sell my ideology, sell my manifesto, tell them what I can be able to do. And I will also tell them by myself, I am going to leave you guys now, but I am not going to drop a dime for you because I don't have any money now. But by the time you vote me into power, I am your servant forever and I will deliver.
Thank you very much. She is your servant, FCT. She is ready to deliver. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, the program continues.
You don't do. I don't tire for all the things we do.
Lord, don't be right. You the yan of butter. Sure you think say na only you feel booga. I go show you.
This matter don't pass, be careful. You dey show yourself all these years, I just dey look you. This time, you go know the kind of person we are.
I've been the watch as you dey try scatter my future.
The future where I dey try
organize for myself.
Small. Now him you dey try kill abi?
Not to kill, scatter, and destroy my power is always the agenda, abi. Oh, but you know, Fito, not this time.
I don't set my own agenda.
I know how way your agenda go fit past my agenda.
Because my agenda strong past your agenda.
For this election, the agenda now.
It's our future.
No violence.
Just vote.
Set the agenda for this election. No violence, just vote.
Welcome back. The program is still Nigeria Today. And I have with me, in case you are joining us, Lady DORIS AMAKA OPARA, the senatorial candidate for the Africa Action Congress. Now, 2019 general election in perspective. Yes. Now, there has been a notion in the polity, amongst the political parties especially, that the ruling party, being the party in government, having the incumbent also signifying interest to run.
Yeah.
There's the issue of incumbency and all of that. Yeah. That some way, somehow, they are planning to manipulate the electoral processes in their favor, using the umpire, the Independent National Electoral Commission, the security agencies, and every other thing. Do you think there is substance to this issue?
Yes. The way I look at it, it is true that they are trying to manipulate the election, because I'm going to give you 2 or 3 instances why I said this. You know, the forceful retirement of DJs, of the DIGs, sorry, the forceful retirement of these DIGs. Why retiring them when they are not up to the stage of retirement? What is the issue? That is the question. What is that thing that is linking that make you to pick a DIG and said, go for compulsory retirement? Why? That is a question I'm asking myself. Then the second one is the alleged removal of the CGN. Okay? So even if the CGN committed a blunder or committed something that is not good, he was there 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, just few days to the election. Why removing him? Why not just allow him to finish his tenure? See, you didn't remove him all this while. You didn't bring out this issue all this while. So why bringing it now? So what I call this is election distraction. I gave it a quote. I said it's election distraction. So all these things should not be happening. For left to me alone, they are not supposed to record this case for now. Maybe allow it to. We have a lot of crises in Nigeria now. Even if only the Boko Haram alone killing our soldiers and all that, you know. Just 3 days ago, we were in the Christian Economic Center where we celebrated our fallen heroes. You know, I was in that service, but I was not happy at all, especially when the Catholic Archbishop of the Catholic Church, the Cardinal Onaikan, started speaking about the war, 1966 war and all that. So we should not bring these things. We should not bring things that will take us back, because war is taking us back. We don't want war in Nigeria. So no matter who wins the election, we want peace to reign in Nigeria. So if we want peace to reign in Nigeria, these are the issues we are not supposed to be bringing up. Okay? And I'm very, very, very angry. When I started watching channels, I watched AIT. I think this is your network. I watched them. And it was only men lawyers they are bringing to talk about this issue. Why? Women should, it doesn't mean that we don't have female lawyers, female barristers who are capable to come in and talk about this issue. Because these men lawyers, I watched them, they were just quoting Section 1, Section 2. But women will come and tell you what it is and how it is straight without quoting anything. So we should be adding women in this kind of discourse.
All right, now you believe the ruling party in one way or the other might influence the election.
Yes, another thing is that political parties are not really showing up that there is an opponent, apart from PDP that is making noise and dealing it with them, with APC, together with APC. Other political parties, they are trying their best, but their best is not really enough, because one, what they were expecting, they didn't get from the government. Okay, government is supposed to reimburse funds to all political parties for them to be able to conduct their election effectively. And I'm praying for a new Nigeria, and I'm part of a new Nigeria. That is why I left PDP and I left APC and I choose AAC. AAC is a neutral party, is a clean party. They are not corrupt, because people are tired of these two big parties and they are really looking for a new thing that will bring about that positive change to Nigeria. So what am I trying to tell you is that we are going to witness a new Nigeria whereby an incumbent is not going to contest for any election. If you finish your 4 years, quietly leave. Let new people contest from, irrespective of the party they are coming from. That if we start doing this, that is when we will find that our election will go free and fair and without any hinge, and nobody will have any problem with each other. So where an incumbent will not contest, we are going to that level. We will get to that level.
All right. You are aiming to join the legislature.
Yes.
Now, the current legislature we have has not really have a smooth relationship with the executive as it is. Now, in the incoming parliament, when you enter, what are you going to do differently to ensure first that there is cohesion between the three arms of government, and then that laws, bills, and whatever passes through you are ones that will directly affect people to create this change that Nigeria have been really desiring over time? What exactly are you going to bring in differently from what we have currently?
What I'm going to bring differently is that we will have to summon both the executive and the legislators in a very serious meeting and let them know that this is what they are here for. Because as I'm talking to you, many of them are there, but they don't really know what they are there for. They think what they are there for is just to, collect their wardrobe allowance and all that. They are not really putting effort. They are not really putting that effort why people voted them into power. Okay? Legislator and executive should come together because they are one body and create bills that will promote peace in Nigeria. They said when people are doing something in a uniform way, in a united way, it will work. But when there is a division, it's really, really a problem. There is no effective results coming out of division. But only when unity prevails, you will see effective results.
Now, the current constitution that Nigeria runs, many people have said that the constitution is flawed in so many ways, that's why it's giving room to a lot of impunity and all of that. Do you really think the Nigerian constitution as it's operated today, that it needs an overhaul?
It needs an overhaul. It needs to be reviewed. They will look at it. Where is lacking, they can amend. It needs an amendment. And that is what I just said before, that legislative and the executive will come together to look at these things and amend the constitution.
Nigeria is divided along ethnic, religious, and so many divides right now. And it is we are looking up to legislations, policies that will put a stop to a lot of all of this that divides us. And fortunately, you hopefully will be entering joining the legislature. What are you going to do differently to make sure that to evolve a new Nigeria where anybody, irrespective of wherever you are, you operate first as a Nigerian before talking about ethnic or whatever divide?
In this area, we are going to create policies that will bring about unity. As long as you are in Nigeria, you are in Nigeria. When you travel abroad, they ask you, once they see your green passport, they take you as a Nigerian. They don't want to ask you where you are from. They don't want to ask you whether you are Igbo or Hausa and Yoruba. So we are going to create a bill that will bring Nigeria unity together. Then, let's say, for example, the people of FCT, because they complained a lot when I did my research that they are marginalized. They are not happy with the government, okay? And they are not really getting that dividend of democracy. So I am coming to the FCT to make a law that will benefit them, that will make them at least be happy. Not only that, if you go to Dubai, the original people of Dubai, which we call them local, they have their place inside the Dubai town. They never pursue them to the village because they are local, because the development is coming to their side. So because they are local, they should move to the bushes and all that. No. They built good houses for them.
And integrated them
and
integrate
them into the system, make them be part of the system. They call themselves locals. When you see them, you know that they are locals and they are benefiting from their government. Many of them are not working, but they are on salaries. Okay, so we are going to do that for the people of FCT.
Finally, tell Nigerians what you have for them. Tell FCT residents what you have for them coming from you.
Yes. My people of FCT, una well done. I am coming out to deliver the people of FCT. There are things we are supposed to be getting from the government we are not getting, despite that FCT is the capital of Nigeria. So we are going to be looking at all of that, especially school buses in all the secondary and primary schools. If I do that alone, I think I have gone a long way. And not only that, I will make sure that I touch the economic development of the people of FCT by doing what? Building more factories. Create bills that will build more factories and industries in the areas of all the 6 areas of FCT, so that the ordinary people will have food on their table, whether they went to school or not. Many of the people we are expecting to vote for us in the local government, they are people that didn't go to school, but they have their PVCs. They know what they are talking about because they listen to their radios and they really know what the government is talking about. Now, there is hunger in Nigeria. So what we are going to do is to create bills that will produce more industries and factories, shoe factories, cassava factories, and all of that, that will employ the people that didn't go to school. Because we will only employ them for what they can do, not because of their certificate. Then, by so doing, you have really put food on their table. So, and I want to also say that women are really out for politics. These days, we are more than 1 million women running for elective positions in the next upcoming election. So what I'm going to advise is that you vote somebody because of character. Don't vote or don't discredit somebody because she is a woman, because that person you discredit may come into the system and perform credibly well. So we are going to vote in women massively into government, because anywhere women are, there is prosperity. So I want to give a final advice. So this election, I'm urging all of us to come out and vote. No matter what odd, no matter what disappointment, no matter what the news we hear every day, that shouldn't discourage us. Come out and vote, because you are part of it. If you sit down in your house, you will get it for 4 years sitting down in your house. So by the time you come out and vote and be part of what we are doing and be part of what this election is going to bring about, you will be happy that you did. At least you sold you gave your own consent and you voted for the people you want to be in power. We want the election to be free and fair.
Thank you very much. You heard it all from Lady Doris AMAKA OPARA, the senatorial candidate of the Africa Action Congress, the upcoming 2019 senatorial election coming up on February the 16th. Like she said, please exercise your franchise. Go and pick up your PVCs.
Yes.
Go to the polling booth. Vote and vote your conscience. No fighting, no killing, no thuggery. That's the size of the program. Thank you very much and have a lovely day.
Thank you very much.